welcome back to Zoo with this Life Sciences. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about the previous year's questions for CPGET for the subject of zoology, and this paper is of 2023 shift 1. You can see here. So let's start the questions one by one. Which of the following enzyme is responsible for breaking down complex carbohydrate into disaccharides in small intestine? So the answer is pancreatic amylase. It will break down the polysaccharides. The complex carbohydrate is nothing but the polysaccharide break down into the disaccharide here. And then sucrose. Sucrase is an enzyme responsible for the breakdown of sucrose into glucose and fructose. And the maltase is an enzyme for the breakdown of maltose into glucose and glucose 2 molecules. And then you can see here lactase to break down of lactose into glucose and galactose. Okay, next question. Which of the following enzyme is responsible for the final breakdown of proteins into individual amino acid in the small intestine? So here breakdown of protein into the individual amino acids. Okay, so all this enzyme trypsin, chymotrypsin, aminopeptidase and dipeptidase are involved in the breakdown of protein, but not into the individual amino acid. Let's see, trypsin. In trypsin, large proteins are converted into small peptides. Okay, small polypeptides means a protein is a combination of many polypeptides, right? So these large proteins are getting broken down into the small polypeptides. Then chymotrypsin. Chymotrypsin, it is breaking the protein into the small peptides. Okay, then aminopeptidase, it is exopeptidase. It will remove the amino acid from the N-terminal chain. Okay, so dipeptide, ultimately the final is a dipeptidase. It will break down the protein, complete large protein into the single individual amino acid. Okay, so answer is dipeptidase. Which of the following is the primary organ responsible for the assimilation of absorbed nutrients into the body's cell in the vertebrates? So, assimilation of absorbed nutrients. You can see here what is the answer? Liver. Why? Large intestine, it is involved in the absorption of water, salt, and vitamins. Where pancreas, it is an endocrine organ, and liver is highly responsible for the absorption of nutrients in the body. In the small intestine, the absorption of nutrients, and liver is involved in the assimilation. Liver is also involved in the absorption of nutrients, and small intestine is also involved in the absorption of nutrients. But assimilation of absorbed nutrient is done by the liver in the body. Okay. Now next question. Which gastrointestinal hormone stimulates the release of digestive enzyme from the pancreas? So, which hormone is responsible for releasing of digestive enzymes? So, ghrelin is a hunger hormone. Cystokinin, it is CCK. Okay, this is the enzyme which is responsible for the releasing the digestive enzymes from the pancreas. So, this CCK is stimulated, means secreted by the pancreas, and these secreted by the pancreas, and these are involved in the stimulating the release of digestive enzymes from the pancreas. Then gastrin, secreted by the G cells. They are secreted by the G cells in the small intestine, and they are responsible for the secretion of HCl in the stomach. And secretin is H2O and bicarbonate secretion. Okay. Question number 5. Which of the following gases is the primary regulator of respiration in the human body? We all know it, it is carbon dioxide. Question number 6. Which respiratory pigment is found in blood plasma of some invertebrates and use copper as a central atom? So, we have to look for the respiratory pigment which is having a component as a copper as a central component. Now we can see here hemoglobin, it is made up of